Visiting Yunlin County, which is known as an agricultural county, we soon learned that this area in central Taiwan has unlimited agricultural potential. Traveling in this car with us is a member of Yunlin Huwei's Flower Producer Association, Chen Guoming. Chen Guoming, who is a graduate of an agricultural science program and is representative of modern flower farming in Yunlin. He leads the 4th class of flower production and sales in Huwei and is the first group in Taiwan to introduce a pilot drip irrigation technology. On this trip, he wants to point out the highlights of this drip irrigation system. The owner of the greenhouse for tomatoes is Lin Qingqi, who is a partner with Chen Guoming when it comes to production and marketing. It's not yet summer and this tomato garden is already hot and steaming. In such a hot climate, traditional plants using ditch irrigation may not grow because much of the water will be evaporated by the hot sun. However, using drip irrigation technology can lead to different results almost immediately.
This is so-called drip irrigation because there are 2 small holes here. We wait for it to come from here. It is quite small, right? So in terms of water use, this means we don't waste water. In general, we talk about ditch irrigation, which has a lot of water going in, and some of it even goes into the groundwater system.
What is the most efficient way to water plants? Here we take a closer look at the roots of these plants.
Here we can see the white roots of the plant over there. And yes, you are watering it right there. This is very convenient as it delivers water only to places where it is needed. You can see that these roots are getting water here, and on this path, there is no need to supply water.
The pipelines are connected in series and laid out in an orderly manner. The drip irrigation technology allows the water to be dripped onto the crops one by one, saving a surprising amount of irrigation water.
Save more than half of the water than ditch irrigation.
Don't underestimate this drip irrigation. It's like the fountain of life for fruit trees. About 20 years ago, this drip irrigation technology was introduced to Taiwan from Israel. Chen Guoming was a young farmer then. After evaluating it, he decided to implement the system, which was the foundation of what he now has 4 hectares of professional operations in Huwei now. Purple eustoma is beautiful and is the result of Chen Guoming's hard work. His eustoma have a delicate color and last a long time in the vase. His good quality, stable production not only supports Taiwan's domestic market in the summer, but also the export market.
Being competitive in the market along with stable supply and quality can allow for a stable price.
20 years ago, the introduction of drip irrigation allowed farmers to focus on stabilizing the growth and quality of crops. He never thought that drip irrigation can accurately provide water when the environment suddenly changes. This is especially true in an era of extreme climate and water shortage, where water resources become more important.
This year, it is said that drought caused output from fruit trees to decrease. Their income was reduced, so they started to receive subsidy. In fact, most countries' hillside area where water supply is difficult have already implemented drip irrigation systems.
In Israel, during the course of a year, this desert country only gets 30 days of rain. With such scarce water resources, a drip irrigation system with precise computer control of irrigation water was developed. Since then, fruit and flowers have grown in the desert.
This will allow you to know how much water is given each day. You can also set it for a certain amount. It can also record how much water and fertilizer is used each day. It helps you keep track of this.
This empty greenhouse allows us to better see the technology Chen Guoming brought back from Israel. Through our lens, we can see how intricate the water-saving technology is and how it works. Sprinkling water from above is a sprinkler operation, and dripping water is a drip irrigation technique. The combination of sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation is an important way to cultivate the eustoma. compared with traditional planting methods, the water-saving benefits are considerable. Sprinkler irrigation does not flush away soil and fertilizer. It also saves water. When compared to traditional irrigation, the water saving is about 50%. When mentioning drip irrigation, this is the most effective water-saving irrigation method. In the current drought-stricken areas, the water utilization rate is as high as 95%. It will not produce surface runoff, greatly reducing the amount of irrigation water evaporation, saving 80% of water. These colorful eustoma are freshly picked, trimmed, and packaged. A bunch of bundles are sold overseas. Taiwan is a rainy island, and it always makes people misunderstand that a water shortage is in fact never far away from us. In fact, Taiwan's rainfall is unevenly distributed, and the terrain is unique as water shortage is never far away. We may not suffer the same problems as Israel, though the weather and natural environment are changing, and drip irrigation technology in Hubei is one solution.